Shoresy fully dropped on Friday on Crave in Canada and Hulu in America. This, of course, is the spin-off to one of my favorite shows of all time, Letterkenny. This follows Shoresy as he moves to Sudbury and joins a AAA senior hockey team on a quest to never lose again. Now, if you've seen my channel before, you know how much I love Letterkenny. I'm a Canadian, so luckily I was able to watch this show week to week because in Canada on Crave, they release 2 episodes every week, but then on Hulu, they just dropped all the episodes on Friday, and this weekend has just been crazy busy for shows, Kenobi, Stranger Things, this, so I finally got the chance to finish it, and this first season is so much better than you would expect because spin-offs for shows are normally awful, but this is just as good as a bunch of the Letterkenny seasons. I mean, this show is very impressive because it takes some cool things from Letterkenny, some things that we really love. Obviously, Shoresy is a fan favorite character. He's one of my favorite characters. He's hilarious. But then they take some of the jokes that work there, but also create their own that really stick with you. And I'll go into that a little bit later, although I won't go into spoilers here. And you can just go binge the show in like 2 hours or something, maybe a little over 2 hours. There's 6 episodes. They're like 20-25 minutes max. So it's really easy to get through. But one thing I absolutely love about this show is how it looks. Now, Letterkenny feels like very kind of low budget, but like in a good way. Like, of course it feels professional, but there isn't much camera movement and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of color grading. Like, it's not overly done or anything. It's perfectly done. Again, that is one of my favorite shows of all time. I really don't have any problems with that show. I love it. But for Shoresy, it's in a different aspect ratio like this, and it's very heavily color graded, but in a good way. It's a lot darker, but like in the colors, obviously, and there's lots of blue here, and just a lot of the costumes. There's lots of black here because, you know, they're wearing their windsuits and all that kind of stuff for hockey. The jerseys are hilarious, and there's just so many good things in this show, and it honestly took me by surprise because I remember when it was announced, I was like, okay, I really want to see this, but I was interested to see how they were going to especially deal with the character of Shoresy, because obviously everybody knows this by now, but Jared Kesso plays Shoresy, but he also plays Wayne in Letterkenny, so whenever they have Shoresy and Letterkenny, his back's always turned or there's something like that, and you can tell it's him, but they'll put a wig on or something like that. But here they show him, but within the first episode, I could tell that he was doing a good job because Wayne's eyes are always like closed a lot like this, but Shoresy's are normally like popping out of his head, and he normally is, you know, chewing some stuff and kind of all that, and he just has his own mannerisms that are just expanded on in this show. And it's not just Shoresy that's great here. There are some other really great characters. Everyone will remember Sanguinet because there's a lot of very great lines to do with him and some repeating jokes that really worked for me. Again, Shoresy as well as Letterkenny really rely on a lot of repetitive jokes, but I don't mean that in a bad way. There's stuff that really sticks with you, so Shoresy will ask a question and go, huh? Right after, and it'll be funny, or for what? Just stuff like that. And there's a lot more things there, and I won't go through all of them. I really recommend watching the show, but there are 6 episodes here, and I would say I really enjoyed almost all of them. They kind of bunched together really well, and something that I think was a good attempt, although it wasn't done perfectly, I would say, is in episode 4, where they kind of explain more of Shoresy's backstory. One thing I do like is how they try to go back and subtly explain why Shoresy is the way he is, and he's at this like family reunion type thing, and it's pretty funny, but that episode definitely drags a little bit because some of that stuff becomes uninteresting, but it is cool to see. Now we know why Shoresy is the way he is, and one thing I also love is that we still have Ref Shoresy, which provides some of the best jokes in the entire show so far.
Oh yeah, I remember laying in bed as a kid dreaming about reffing high school hockey on a Friday night.
I remember laying in bed dreaming about the time your mom tongued my butthole so good I put her in my phone as roll up the rim to win.
And then, of course, the hockey scenes look amazing. That is one thing that I will say with Letterkenny in the early seasons and the odd time, I would say sometimes the fights don't look the most realistic, but this is easily the best the fights have looked in any of Jared Kesso's, you know, in Shoresy or Letterkenny, whatever. And we also have some just one specific familiar face from Letterkenny who it is a little bit obvious, but he's in, I think, 2 episodes. I won't say who it is, but you'll be able to tell because he's worked behind the scenes on Shoresy and Letterkenny and in front of the camera, so it's pretty nice seeing him here. But I just love this new team of characters. There's lots of great callbacks to Letterkenny, so if you enjoy Letterkenny like I do, again, it's one of my favorite shows, I think you'll really enjoy Shoresy. It's similar enough, but has enough about it that's also different to not make it just, oh, it's another season of Letterkenny. Like, it's connected in a way, but it does not at all feel like just Letterkenny season 10 or 11.5, whatever one we're on now. Shoresy is proof that spin-offs can be great. Once again, Jared Kesso leads with an electrifying performance as this fan favorite character. The new team is hilarious, the cinematography is stunning, and the fights are awesome. If you love Letterkenny, I can almost guarantee you will love this show. I'm going to give Shoresy season 1 a 4 out of 5. Again, there are little things that I didn't love about it. Some of the side characters can, be a little bit throwaway. Some of the, what do they even call it? Some of the people who kind of manage the team in a way just feel like different versions of the Letterkenny characters. It feels like there's this group of 3 people and they feel like Tannis a little bit, but just slightly different. So it does feel like some of the characters are a little bit too similar, but this show does stand on its own super well. I do hope we get a season 2 soon. I love Letterkenny, and so far I am loving Shoresy. I really think that it's cool that the last episode made me feel a little bit emotional, which is a surprise. I never thought I'd say that, but let me know what you thought of season 1 for Shoresy in the comments down below. Where does it rank amongst the Letterkenny seasons and all that, or do you just think it's better or worse than Letterkenny? Let me know all that down below, and thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Over and out. Huh?